everybody. Welcome to another episode of AMA Live. I'm your host, Tom Bilyeu, and I'm here to answer your questions. So let's submit those bad boys. Today's episode, by the way, is brought to you by Everything Is My Fault. And we've dropped the link in there. So if you want to go to shop.impacttheory.com right now and get yours, you can do that. Self-signal your way to greatness. All right, without further ado, let us dive into the very first question. This one comes from Louis Christine Imbing. This is from the Connect inbox. Do you follow any morning routine? If so, what does your morning routine look like? And what is your thought process behind doing each of these actions? Okay, here it goes. First of all, your morning routine starts the night before, so go to bed early. Now, I used to say that like a religion, I was in bed by 9 p.m., but now my schedule has gotten a little out of whack. We've got a new piece of content called Real Impact, by the way, for anybody that's into film and TV and the mindset that you can glean from that. You can go to youtube.com/Impact Theory Studios and check that out. But that routinely now has me seeing movies at far past my bedtime. But I try to go to bed as close to 9 as humanly possible every night, save for the weekends. And in that, I sleep without an alarm, so I wake up when I wake up. The reason that I do that is because I want to get as much sleep as I need. So I'm all about cognitive optimization. So I'm not somebody who sets the alarm to make sure that I'm up at 4 in the morning, but when I wake up at 4 in the morning, I'm a very happy camper. I usually get, it used to be between 5 and 6. I'm now getting between 7 and 8. I have no idea why. It changed completely randomly and as far as I can tell without reason. But I wake up when I wake up. I give myself 10 minutes to get out of bed. And I do that because I'm lazy and my inclination is to lay in bed. So I need a bright line that says I get out of bed immediately without wasting time. So I'm out of bed in 10 minutes or less. I put my gym clothes next to my bed so that the easiest answer is to put my gym clothes on. In fact, I'd have to make a conscious choice not to, which thusly would trigger in me a lot of conflict emotionally because it is my identity to immediately go to the gym to work out again, partly for cognitive optimization and then also for longevity, for health and for aesthetics. But working out, I think, is incredibly important. And I actually think that for anybody that wants to achieve something extraordinary in their life, that the third thing that you need to focus on is mindset. The first two are diet and exercise, followed by mindset. So I hit the gym first and foremost. Immediately after the gym, I meditate. And the reason that I do that is because I want to practice going from the sympathetic nervous system, which is fight or flight, which you're triggering in the gym through the heavy exertion. Your heart rate is up, your breathing is shallow and rapid. And the idea is to very quickly switch over into the parasympathetic nervous system where you're getting into rest and digest, where you're calming all of that down. You're slowing your breath, your diaphragm breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, and really calming everything down. And I think practicing that transition is very important. And so that's why I do them back to back. But then on top of that, just meditating for any reason I think is really important. And doing that gets you into a calm and creative state, which is where all of your anxiety, all of your stress is dropped down to zero. And I also think that we think on multiple levels. You've got the thinking that is truly you hear the voice and the words articulated in your mind, but you also have below that where you have the notion without the actual words. And then I think either below that or beside that, you also have just sort of an emotional level of thinking where you're feeling whatever is going on. And I think that you want to quiet all of those down so that you can truly get into that calm, creative state. And I really feel the difference in my brain, which is why I think that meditating is insanely important. And I think much like fasting, it's really where you want to not be taxing your metabolic processes. And it's not that I think. There are a lot of studies out there that show that doing that increases the efficiency of your mitochondria and a whole host of other benefits, including insulin sensitivity and on and on. I think that there's a very similar effect that happens when you meditate, where you're literally fasting from thought, or at least you're trying to get out of thought and into that calm, creative space for as much of the time that you're meditating as possible. You're going to find that your mind wanders. It's just what the mind does, but you really can quiet it down, quiet it down. And I think in quieting it down, there is some effect. I don't know what the actual neurological effect is, but the effects of that, what you feel is a deep sense of calm, relaxation, and it's incredibly powerful for then having your most potent ideas and biggest breakthroughs. After I do that, then I do what I call thinkitating, which is leveraging that state to then process through in a very conscious way all of the things that I'm dealing with in my business or my life. And I won't go into too much detail on thinkitating, but basically allow yourself to actually think, where in meditation you're trying not to. And then after that, I read, which I think is incredibly important. I think you should always be learning. I think that's really, really important to having great ideas, to solving problems, whatever it is, to getting better. You need to just always, always, always be learning. And then after that, I have a list called Important Things, and I go through my important things list. And that is literally just a list of the most important things I could be doing for my business. And the reason that I keep a list is because I don't ever want to waste time in a transitional moment trying to think of what I should be doing or focusing on. I want that list. Also, studies have shown that journaling before you go to bed, simply by listing the things you need to do, allows you to sleep. And so this may be one of the reasons that I have such an easy time falling asleep, is I know everything that I should be working on, everything that I've thought about is not only written down, it's in priority order. And so there isn't a cycle of my brain like remember, which I think is part of what keeps people awake. So there you have it. That's my morning routine. After that, then I get ready, and I often read, by the way, because I do Audible books while I'm getting ready. I read through Making My First Meal, which comes after all of that. And there you have it. That's my morning routine and my